Hi, it's Dr. Barb. I'm here with some more STEM fun. We're going to be doing another project, and this one is more of a math project. I love math. I think it's like totally fun to see math as all these different little puzzles. So today, you're gonna need to get some supplies. You'll need to get some scissors, some Scotch tape, some markers, and if you have 12 different colors, that's perfect. But if you don't get as many colors as you can, we'll talk about how you can make them into 12 unique identifiers. You'll need to get a ruler. You need some 5 different squares. Now, if you have any Starburst candies, those are perfect. But if not, I'm using Scrabble squares. Now, it's very important if you take the Scrabble squares out that you make sure that all 5 of them get back into the game, because it would be terribly frustrating to play Scrabble missing 5 letters. And then the last thing you need is some graph paper. And if you don't have any graph paper, that's okay, because you can print it up from the internet. I have attached to the lesson plan that's with this video a website that has some really nice graph paper. It's real easy to use. I set this one to be two lines per inch, and it comes out with half-inch squares. So perfect. So I'm going to let you pause the video right now. You can go get your supplies, and I'll be here when you get back. All right, have all your supplies. I'm going to move my camera down, and let's do Pentominoes. Let me move my keyboard out of the way a little more so we have some room. Okay, so here I have these 5 squares, and what you want to do is you want to find as many unique shapes as you can with just these 5 squares. Now the rules are that they must be side by side. The entire side needs to touch each other. So it can't be like that, and it can't be like that. It has to be a full side and a full side. And you're going to see how many different unique shapes that you can get. The other thing that you need to think about is symmetry. So these unique shapes do not include different symmetrical. I have a piece of paper where we're talking about symmetry. Let me find it. There it is. So here you can see this is one of the shapes. So I'm giving you one. It looks like an L. And if you do it where it looks more like this, it's a symmetrical shape to this one. This is still a symmetrical shape to these two, and these are symmetrical shapes. So this, even though you found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different shapes, it's all symmetrical on all the same shape. So that would count as one. And once you find one of these shapes, what you want to do is on your graph paper, use 1 square for each tile and replicate that shape. Now, if you don't have enough different colors, you can make different shading. Here's dots, here's just a box, here's just the outline, and X's. So you can come up with lots of different ways of making them unique so that you can identify them. So one shape gets a different color or a different shading or a different marking, and since you were looking for 12 different colors, I bet you can guess there'll be 12 different unique shapes that you can find. So what I want you to do is go ahead and pause this and work on finding those 12 unique shapes. So this is the first one we did, F-O-U-R-H. That's one. So go ahead and pause. And once you get to 12, I'll be here, and then we can talk about things you can do with these 12 different shapes. All right, did you find all 12? The answer is found in the lesson that's attached to this, next to this video. So you can look and make sure that you found all 12 shapes. And so there are different things that you can do with them. The first one is you can make puzzles out of them. And believe it or not, here I've divided this into 3 different squares. So you need a ruler and you need one of your markers to make the 12 different squares. So you can make it 10 by 6. You can make another one 15 by 4. And you can make the third one 5 by 12. And then there's one more that you can make that is 20 by 3. And with these different squares, let's start with the 10 by 6. This one has thousands of solutions. This one down here has thousands of solutions, and it's really hard. So you cut out your 12 different shapes that you made on your graph paper. You cut all 12 out, and then you see if you can lay them on. It's called tiling the plane. If you can lay them on so that none overlap and there are no open spaces, and all of your shapes cover all of the squares in this puzzle. It is really tough. Now you might need to take your shape and flip it over. You might need to twist it around into different shapes, but you can find thousands of different ways of filling this. So go ahead and pause and try the first puzzle with 6 squares by 10 squares. How'd you do? That was really hard. It took me like half an hour to get one of them. So it's a pretty tough puzzle, and each one is harder than the next one. So the 5 by 12 is harder, and there's several hundred solutions to the 12 by 5. When you get to the 4 to 15, you can get down to about 100 different solutions, and the 3 by 10 only has less than 10 solutions. So it's really hard. Now the lesson plan does have a page, a website that you can go to see the different solutions. They're all there, and it's amazing how hard it is, and yet there's so many solutions to them. So another thing that you can do with your 12 shapes is you have them and you're looking at them. Which of them are going to make an open box? So an open box is a cube without a top. So you make the cube, and you don't do it at first. You just look at the shape, and if you think this one will make a cube with an open box, open top, check it and go through and mentally think about making all those shapes. So go ahead and go through your 12 shapes and see which ones you think will make an open box. Okay, I'm cutting mine out, one of mine out so that I can show you. So here's the L shape that we started with. Let's say that you think the L shape will make that cube, that box cube, the cube with an open top. So you checked mark this one. Let's see if we can do that. So we fold on the lines, fold on the lines, fold on the line, fold on the line, and look at that. We've made a box, an open box. I don't know, let's see if I can get it close enough to the camera so that you can see it. So the L shape is one that you can make an open box. There's the bottom. So which of the other shapes do? So this will be hours of fun. You can play puzzles with your parents, see how many solutions they can come up, especially if you give them the really hard one. That's 3 by 20, and see how they struggle to find the few solutions. I can't remember if it's 4 or 6 solutions just for this one. And then you can work on the ones that are a little easier. Don't tell them though. Anyway, so this is something you can do with just paper and a few things. The tape, after you're done with your cubes, if you want to, you can tape them down. If you're doing your puzzle and you really like the solution on your puzzle, you can tape it down so the tape is just so that you can secure your results. All right, so I hope you have some great stemming fun. And we'll talk to you next time we do another one of these STEM fun videos. So have a great week. Bye.